Good morning, everybody. It's currently 6 a.m. and I am getting ready to head off to Sedona to do some more exploring. I've got to get a little earlier start for today's adventure, though, because I've actually done a little bit of more research on this one, and it's going to be a pretty cool hike, but it's a longer one. Okay, so my first stop's going to be stopping at my other car that's parked at my parking lot that I'm supposed to park my box truck for work at, because my HOA doesn't like seeing it in my yard, which clearly I'm doing a good job at. But I think that's where my bigger water backpack is, and I'm probably going to want it for this one. Alright, I've successfully located my bigger water backpack. It's back there, I probably can't see it. But now it's time to make my way to Sedona. Alright, I'm rolling into Sedona right now, and I'm about 20 minutes away from the trailhead. But man, it's actually kind of chilly here today. I guess it's 50 degrees, which isn't that cold, but it's cloudy, and I'm hoping it's not going to rain. Forecast doesn't say anything about rain, but once you get up into the mountains and stuff, it's kind of sporadic what actually ends up happening compared to what the forecast tells you. Alright, we just made it to the trailhead, and I've got like a 45-minute hike to where I'm supposed to get off trail to go to what we're going to today. Alright, we're about to the point now where the real adventure begins whenever I veer off the main trail here. It's so crazy that you gain just a couple feet of elevation here. Oh, a couple 100 feet of elevation. And it's all this, get into these high pines instead of the kind of more rocky stuff. Doesn't look like much, but we made it. And now I've got to use some GPS to kind of figure out where I'm supposed to go, because it's not much of a trail, but it's something. And that's kind of the fun part of it. I went a little too far, so now I've got to descend this fairly steep hill here, but it's so easy to get distracted and just keep walking. I've got a GPS tracker and somewhat of a route to where I'm going, but it's so easy to get distracted and just keep walking with how beautiful it is. You just want to keep going forever, but I'd also like to get to where I'm wanting to go today, because I think it's going to be really cool. Okay, climbed up this kind of precarious rock up here, and it was just right down there. Kind of thought this was where the trail goes, but I don't think so anymore. But I would like to go up here, but that's a long fall if anything happens. And from the looks of everything right here, it looks like I'm standing on a pile of rock that fell once. So I think I'm going to pass on that. And I don't think I can get to the trail where I'm supposed to go from here. So I'm going to make my way back down now. Holy cow. I just went up. I probably gained about 1,000 feet elevation there. Probably not quite 1,000, but that was a long ways up that hill. And look what I found. You really can't tell at all where I just came from, but it was down below that little ridge, like right down there. It's a little ways below there. And I hiked up all the way up there. and had no idea this was waiting for me. Look what I've spotted over there. I don't know if you can see it all that well. Right there. Maybe it's right there on camera. There's a big old alcove with some ruins in there, and I believe that's the one I'm going to. I don't know if you can tell from here, but it does not look like it's going to be a very easy endeavor getting up there. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but I've climbed up on top of this rock here to kind of survey the land, and let's just say it does not disappoint. This part of the trail here is kind of sucks, honestly. It's just going through all of these super dense trees. I don't know if you know what are familiar with these trees. They do not budge very easy. Luckily, there's no spikes or any thorns on them, but it is just thick as can be with them. And if there is a trail anymore, let's just say I'm not on it. But I'm getting closer to where the ruins are. Let's hope that wasn't for me. Okay, I just found my way up to the start of this alcove, and the ruins are right up around this corner. Wow. Look at that. I got my flashlight out here, shining it back there. Just probably ends. I mean, I can tell it. It looks like it ends about 20 feet back there. There's just all sorts of flies in here, but I'm assuming that's from, all this black stuff is from fires. I'm not for sure though. It's interesting looking. I don't know if this was like a food storage, or if that's what natives use this thing for, is like kind of food storage or what, but it's pretty fascinating. And this is their view. Again, just incredible. I didn't even realize until just now, but that really big one we saw is up there, right above me, just hiding in plain sight. And I don't think I'm gonna go up there, because it looks like at some point the kind of path you took to get up there collapsed. I'd love to see what's up there, but I don't want to break it any more than it already has broken, or have one of their walls tumble down on top of me, because neither would be very nice. So it looked like if you just kept walking along this alcove, you'd find some more ruins, and it looks like that's probably going to be the case. Man, this is just unreal. It's kind of absurd how much faster you can walk or get around walking on these alcove ledges than on the ground, especially with those, how thick the vegetation is here. Because I just walked the same, like, I walked to where I was on the ground up on this alcove ledge in like 5 minutes, and it took me on the ground probably 25-30 minutes to do, which makes sense. You can like fast travel around up here and then see everything at the same time. Okay, so just for a little perspective, that's where I was, that little cave looking deal right there. And so I hiked along that ridge right there, and that's those ruins and cave deal there. And that's the fall all the way down there. Nice little cushiony landing. It's gotten a little windy up here at the top of this outlook, but it's just beautiful. Like, words can't describe how amazing this place is. The camera sure doesn't either. I mean, the camera does some justice, but you've got to see this in person to appreciate how spectacular and big everything is. These mountain piers in the back of me right here don't look near as impressive on camera as they do in person, as most things go, but this is just, everyone needs to see this at least once. And on that note, it's time to start descending down back into the canyon and see if I can't find a better way out. And I'm ready for to get out of this wind because it is a little chilly. Alright, this freaks me out just a little bit because I was not expecting this. I wasn't like about to fall through it or anything. Check that out. I just go straight through. Oh, and that's loose too. Alright, I'm just now getting back onto the main trail here. And we've got probably another 45-minute hike back to the car. But I'm just going to take it slow this time since I've got plenty of daylight left. I just ran into this really nice couple that I had ran into earlier actually on my way up to the start of this trail. And they saw my camera and asked me if I was going to get anything cool. And I just so happened to run back into them right as I got back on the main trail. And so I talked to them for a little bit and gave them my YouTube channel. So if you're watching this, you guys are awesome for taking that time out of your day to actually interact with people, because that's an awesome quality and made my day, so thank you. Normally I wouldn't drink pop, but in this Mexican restaurant I stopped at to go to the restroom that was like the closest to this trailhead, they conned me in because they said they had public restrooms, but I went in there and asked for it, and they're asked for the key to get in, and they're like, you have to purchase something. So Mexican Coke was the cheapest thing they had, and I thought that it probably tastes pretty good after a hike. And it does taste pretty good after a hike, so cheers. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.